Wij hebben nog een missie te doen met Marisol. Helemaal hierachter. Endpoints End. Ik heb daar een fast travel. Dus het scheelt weer een eind lopen. Ze hebben Marisol ook meegenomen. Investigate the anchor hold. Ah, er ligt iets. Maar ik heb niet de trait Brawny. Oh, moet hier weer naar binnen. In de monastery. Oké. Investigate the monastery anchor hold. Hier liggen allemaal dooien. Dit heb ik allemaal geopend. Oké. Huh? Ik moet ergens naar links. Hierachter is het. Ik moet het gebouw in. Ik moet hier weer uit. Dan rechts eromheen. Dit gebouw moet ik in. Hier zo? Ja, dat denk ik. Iedereen is hier al dood vanuit de vorige missie. Hé, die wetenschappers zijn dood.
I didn't expect us to wander into the scene of a murder, but somehow I'm not entirely surprised. Anomalous events have a way of spreading, multiplying. We should find a way inside. There might be clues to what happened, and where Anaïs's research is now.
Ah. Ja.
They should have been sealed in that room to focus on their studies uninterrupted. No one in or out. I'd suspect the missing anchorite knows something at least.
Precies.
We should ask her. Might be some signs in there of where she went. The terminal at Winter's Grasp said Anaïs' work was sent here. There might be signs of that, or where the missing anchorite got off to.
Nou, hier is een grate. Lijkt me een goede weg om hier in te komen. Ja. Het is in de hoofd geslagen. Jezus. Briefjes aan de muur.
I've had a chance to look around. You seem like you've done a thorough sweep. We should discuss what we've uncovered.
Anchoress Chow.
Poor thing. Blunt force trauma to the occipital lobe, I believe. Possible signs of an altercation. Might have been an accident. Might not have been. Hard to say with just a superficial glance. At the very least, her cloistermate Anchoress Brunn has some explaining to do. A disputation of current order methodology focuses mainly on our presiding bishop, but saves ample room for the laureate council and previous regime as well. I believe I got the gist by efficiently skimming. The general concern is that the order has lost its way. My old department is repeatedly mentioned in a favorable light. Anaïs' work is regarded highly.
Okay.
I saw that. I believe it was Anchoress Chow's diary. Spoke about regular visits by an exemplar Southworth, who requested access to Anaïs' work. Chow seemed worried they were conspiring about something. That they'd mentioned an old order research station. That old research facility seems the most likely spot to look next. I know the coordinates on Eden. Place by the name of Point Obviation.
On Eden?
I don't know what happened to Anchoress Chow, but leaving a body behind is suspicious, and the disputation reads like a call to arms for any fringe thinkers in the Order. There's no destroying the copies at this point, I'm afraid. We're past that. The research is out there. We need a way to keep anyone from taking it up further in the future. If we go in guns blazing from here, it will only continue. We need a plan to annihilate the idea. This is the exact sort of work we did at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. Diverting problematic events. We learned how to best respond once things begin to spread. We developed tactics at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection to minimize unforeseeable consequences. We can discuss once we see the situation on the ground.
Oké.
Yes, time to seek out Anchoress Brun.
Nou, we moeten dus naar Eden, wordt er gezegd. Ze hebben wel een wc hier, dat is wel handig. En een bed. Dan moeten we eerst deze area weer uit. Dan moeten we naar Eden. Confront. Recruit the plumber? Nee. Ja, we moeten naar Eden en ik denk dat dat weer een andere planeet is.
Commander, a moment of your time if you would.
Zeker, Tristan.
I'm glad I managed to intercept you before we left. There's something of utmost importance I wish to discuss. I received a message from a close friend of mine, Virgil. He was my co-protege under the Supreme Arbiter. His message claimed he had information relevant to the Supreme Arbiter's death. He wishes to meet with me at the Vox Relay on Paradise Island. I did not mention it before, but believe it may be necessary to avoid shocking you later. Our greatest suspect in the death of the Supreme Arbiter is the Protectorate's consul.
The Vox might be a little difficult. Ja, die hebben wij opgeblazen.
Our mentor always disdained him thoroughly, and he our mentor. If anyone would have had reason to slay her, it would have been him. But we have needed evidence. Evidence that I believe Virgil now possesses.
Okay.
Very good. I hope we shall see him at your earliest convenience. I feel this shall most certainly set our investigation into motion.
Nog een sidequest erbij, maar we hadden wat anders te doen op Eden. Point obviation. Ja. Dus we hebben Paradise Island en we hebben Point obviation hier. Laten we die exemplar dan maar meenemen. Tristan. Als we dan toch naar Eden gaan. Confront Anchorite Brune. Helemaal daarboven.
Halt! Bye-bye. Cease any and all manner of perambulation. Don't know who you all are, but unexpected guests are categorically unwelcome here. How'd you even find this place? Maybe I should just shoot you and glean details from your logs.
Ah, exemplar, if I may. Surely you recognize such a notable member of our cohort, Marisol Delgado. The Endpoint?
I can't recall if I ended whoever came up with that name. Surely hope so.
You were head causality intercessor of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, right up till the end, correct?
More or less.
Well, what a fortuitous alignment of low probability events this is. Our efforts here are based on your former department. You should confer with Anchorus Brunn straight away.
Nou, dat is toevallig ons plan ook.
We actually sought to find you and others of your program, Intercessor Delgado. A serendipitous event, you arriving. Assuming you'll vouchsafe for your colleagues, you may all proceed.
Wilhelmina.
You'll find Wilhelmina up the lift, 4th floor.
Welcome to Point Obviation.
Nou, dankjewel. 4th floor.
Anchorus Brunn is continuing Anais' research from Winter's Grass. I'm sure of it. Best play along for now, until we can ascertain the best course of action.
There's greater security and alertness than most Order strongholds. We best be wary.
Op de 4e verdieping.
Look, everyone! It's the Endpoint. As you can see, I guard the entrance.
Look, everyone, it's the Endpoint. Dus een wc.
I am a long-time vocal exponent of your work, Intercessor Delgado. I hope you don't mind me saying.
Anchorus Brunn. Let's go. Die vrouw zoeken wij toevallig.
I knew the Order had its own facilities. But this... Where did they find the resources? What else have they done without our ken?
Outer ledge hatch key. Die heb ik niet. Allemaal spullen. Het is een soort kerk hier waar we zijn. Dat is ook een terminal. Krijgen we weer informatie van. Oh, druk op de schiepknop, sorry. Hey Anchorus Brunn. Jij kent ons.
We met earlier at the site of my former seclusion. I've heard much of your exploits since. If I recall correctly, you helped me prove my argument that pacifism always presents the best options. I admit I have modified that opinion slightly since then. I understand you allowed Seer Wiley to go free, yes? Once was a time I would have made that exact same decision. And as for you, I've been informed that you're Marisol Delgado. I've read your file. An impressive body of work, though often quite mortiferously inclined.
Less so over time. There were too many pesky repercussions, I came to find.
Yes, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Are you familiar with our goals? Come to join up, perhaps, or should I say re-enlist?
Zeker niet.
It was more of a disputation as a scholarly objection than a manifesto per se, but why quibble? Anchoress Chow is very much against
Accident.
it. Her accident was quite tragic. You saw the disputation, though. Tell me, what did you think? You read it, yes? You're right, it did. Normally I am the soul of fastidiousness, I assure you. I hope you can forgive my unconscionable error as I summarize my main points.
We'll overlook it this one time. Go on.
Surely you're aware of the myriad errors of our current presiding bishop and previous regime. One of whom shut down the division that operated here, the other squandered it. Our sect aims to end human suffering, sooner than later. We've taken great inspiration from your former department. From their methods and their science, to solve the universal equation in our lifetime requires bold action, clever calculation, and assiduous work.
Oké.
The facility was originally utilized in experiments by the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, so it's highly appropriate for the vital work we're doing here. The Exemplar told me of it during her visits to the anchor hold and shared research from Sia Bujold. It convinced me to leave my seclusion, which I did not undertake lightly. Bujold's thinking was unconventional, ahead of her time. Why, in fact, she's here with us now today, overseeing an experiment that proves her researchers' theories.
Really? Sir Bujold is here, at present, in this facility? The one we're presently standing in?
Not long at all. We reached out to her on Cloister. She agreed to join us immediately. If you thought her work before was captivating, wait until you hear the experiment she's overseeing now. The intent is to represent the building blocks of the universe within a test chamber, then extrapolate data revealing the universal equation from the micro-universe that forms.
Sounds like it could change everything, one might say.
Why, you should go see for yourself. As former colleagues, I'm sure you'd like to reacquaint. Go on. I'll call down to let her know you're coming.
Oké.
Yes, she's monitoring the experiment. I'll have elevator access unlocked so you can join her. Do please stay in the observation area, though. The work is quite delicate. We'll speak further after you check over Sia Bujold's work and the experiment concludes. Oh, so exciting.
Die vrouw is in één keer hier. Terwijl we haar van haar werk proberen af te houden, is ze hier aan het werk.
How much longer do you predict preparations will take?
Eerst haar informatie lezen.
Head Intercessor Delgado, what an opportune time for you to appear. At the perfect moment to assist our experiment.
What in the endless void are you?
Shh. Comms off, but others are near. I need your aid before this ridiculous affair careens into disaster. Can I rely on you this time? Or will you already intend on scurrying away again? I came to derail this line of inquiry in such a discommodious way that no one would ever consider trying it again. For all the aforementioned reasons of it likely causing, or at least queuing up and leading to, the end of all things. You chose to leave me behind, again. So when they came calling, I thought it an opportunity to sort it all myself. Yet, admittedly, at this moment, I could use your assistance.
This shouldn't be your burden. It's on me.
You don't get to decide that, or adjudicate, or coolly comment in a steely growl. Not falling for that a 10th time. Help, or stay out of my way.
Wij helpen.
The test involves 4 stations. Each represents one of the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Zeranium gas, macro-ivs, nucleons, N-rays. All the usual stuff. That test chamber is where all are meant to mix. To simulate a mini-universe I can apply my theories to, pull data from, and deduce the universal equation in a reduced time frame. We know what happens if that's successful. So I need you to muck with each station's settings, then initiate the experiment.
Oké.
All you need to do is adjust each station's settings slightly. Things will cascade from there. Remember, subtlety is required.
Yes, if we alter the experiment input data in a less than delicate fashion, Brun will notice, I assure you.
The guards on the 2nd floor won't appreciate visitors, so avoid getting spotted. Here's a maintenance key. Head down the vent.
Oké.
It's only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
mag hier niet komen. Maar ik moet hier dus wel dingen gaan doen. Ongezien.
Mind the hostile.
Oké. Ideal setting 400 pm. Do not alter. Waar kan ik zien waar die op staat dan? Ik heb nu aan elke hendel getrokken. Loopt hier een guard. We wachten tot die guard weer wegloopt. Dan kunnen wij naar de overkant. Als hij weer wegloopt. Hij loopt weer weg. Lijkt erop dat disable power het enige is wat ik hier kan doen. Oh, dan heb ik hier wat uitgezet. Ah. Weer uitkijken, want die guard gaat hier zo weer komen. Niet?
Get us to sequence summation. It's
Combine the samples the best you can. Ik mis nog een sample. Hup. Ziet eruit alsof er wat misgaat.
I'm no tenure archivist.
Hier kunnen we weer niks mee. Dan lijkt het erop dat ik nu gedaan heb wat ik kan doen. Dan gaan we hier weer weg.
If you're done evaluating my work.
Ja.
Did it work? Did it work? See, Bourgeois, was it a success? What happened?
Hold the applause just yet. I need to run the numbers. I'm sending the others back up to you. They can describe the proceedings in detail.
Oh ja.
I shall await their arrival. Anchor's Brun out. That is how these messages end, yes? If not, farewell.
The results of the experiment will be a career-ending embarrassment for Anchoress Brun. But she won't accept this lightly. We'll need to do more.
Nog meer.
Yes, our next steps here will be crucial. I know this type of mission well. Granted, my targets were always meticulously well researched beforehand.
You'll need to convince her, destroy her logic, end this research for good.
Okay.
All it requires is a forceful array of incisive argumentation, logical reasoning, coercive persuasion, and cognitive contortioning.
You mean one of our old brain-off maneuvers? Really? That's what the rank and file in our old department used to call it. Provost Bolding considered it a casual moniker unbefitting of an order scientician.
Make Brun give up on science, logic, and reason entirely. Then no one will ever dare continue the research again. Between you and Marisol, it should be a light challenge. Easy.
Okay.
A brain-off against an order anchorite isn't entirely without risk. We could employ certain other methods to deal with her. From our former department's playbook.
Oh, yes, a book you wrote titled Making an Execution Look Like an Accident. Despite the moral quandary ideally involved, unseen consequences still abound.
That's hyperbolic at best. Data suggests significantly fewer unpredicted outcomes than outright murder, if properly executed. And I'm quite capable of skewing results in our favor.
And here I thought you'd begun to change. Success isn't guaranteed. A fair degree of cleverness is required. But you would have the help of someone reasonably intellectually nimble.
I would be willing and on hand to assist, and the other option would remain if we botch it.
Okay.
Thank you for listening. That's a relief.
Honestly, I'm relieved as well. I have
Hebben wij haar geleerd, hè? Om niet meer te geloven in moord.
Others believe me to be.
From the legend. If you're retiring as the Endpoint, we'll need to find you a colorful new sobriquet. Typical argumentation may prove useless, and she'll likely see through most attempts at deception. Be clever, unpredictable, surprise her. But in the event you should fail, you'll need a viable backup plan, or it will erase any chance of success completely. The Anchoress is housed in a test chamber similar to this one. It's been refurbished with some rather tacky furniture, but much of the old experimental apparatus remains. There is a hatch near the elevator upstairs. An external ledge leads to a vent system that can connect the two chambers. Doing so will expose the Anchoress to a lethal atmosphere. I'll need to make an announcement afterward that an accident has occurred tied into the experiment.
For an extemporaneous plan, it's not a bad one. What if the Anchoress realizes what we're doing and calls for help?
I'll cut off her comms when she begins pleading. Oh, That sounds even more heartless when I say it out loud. Please choose wisely.
Oké.
Here's the hatch key in case you need it. May all your endeavors elicit expected results. And Marisol, do...
Level up, altijd goed. Marisol kan ook nog level up. Kristen die is nog helemaal niet level up. Wacht eens even. Oh nee, dat is gewoon omdat we hem nog niet gebruikt hebben. Dus het plan nu is Anchoress Brun overtuigen dat haar logica niet logisch is. Lukt dat plan niet, gaan we haar op een andere manier aanpakken.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result? Or perhaps I oughtn't have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, hmm? Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything. Some issues. You seem like softening the blow. Was there a malfunction? Was there some error in the calculations? Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry.
We moeten haar de schuld geven.
Really? In what way? Everyone knows probabilistic variance doesn't occur. That's established bedrock. Not that I spend much time in the lab myself. And, well, with science, one is never truly certain. This was just a start. Such models typically make an enormous amount of errors at first. All quite expected. An anticipated setback, nothing more. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say.
We kunnen haar belachelijk maken.
Now, I'm starting to believe you're just needlessly fretting. Is this nerves? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be dismissive. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and gloom. Oh, is one of you a seer now? Because I put considerable more stock in the prognostications of the Order's prime mathematicians than I do any old run-of-the-mill soothsayer. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Seer Bujold's research, which is quite brilliant.
Liegen. Ja, ik heb niet genoeg speech, niet genoeg science. We gaan liegen.
That's both incorrect and rather mean. Ah, The experiment data just arrived in my terminal. Allow me to eyeball it a moment. Perhaps there's something here to help prove or disprove any of what you've been saying. There was notable variance to the input data, to an extent suggesting external dithering occurred. I hate to use the word sabotage, but disruptive intent seems clearly discernible. Did you? Tenured actuary Himmelfarb has mentioned concerns. That doesn't rule out external tampering.
Himmelfarb.
I fear this was a waste
Hemelkleur.
of valuable time.
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add.
Yeah, by all means.
There's a critical flaw in Sir Bujold's approach I think best illustrated by this English phrase. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. I much appreciate this jest. Very simple, yet clever. Because in English, the word like can mean similar to or I prefer. And flies can be to soar, or plural of the insect. Through this perspective, it functions, makes sense, is humorous even. But in another language where words' meanings differ slightly, it does not. The framework we interpret the statement from changes, thus rendering it uninterpretable. False. Bujold's method of shortcutting the universal equation is much the same.
It lacks context. When you extrapolate the data from the mini-universe to the larger one, the information itself may scale correctly, but fail to interrelate. This has been a difficult conversation. Challenging, disputatious, at times compelling. Yet I remain unswayed.
We tried. Our fallback plan's our only option now.
Okay.
Head for the hatch.
What was that? You're starting to worry me. What do you intend to do?
We hebben haar niet om kunnen praten. Head for the hatch. Deze. Komt gif naar binnen. De vrouw is gesneuveld.
A tragic accident has occurred. During our recent experiment in test chamber beta, we failed to recognize that ventilator.
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous disappointment. A key experiment fails and Ancrus Brunn falls prey to an unfortunate accident right after you and your consort arrive. And we are all to believe these events are unrelated?
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better from an Order scientician. Even one from the Department of Applied Scientism.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado. I don't care that you somehow roped in Bujold with that little performance. I'm not buying it. The Anchoress, poor trusting soul that she was, may have believed you were here in good faith. But I don't. You're looking more and more like enemies to me.
Wat een vrouw.
The Anchoress was one of the finest minds the Order has ever produced. I'm well versed in manipulative prevarication from feckless mutineers. Try again. Or try facing a gauntlet of well-trained exemplars. I could always choose for you.
Speech 20. Ja, dat heb ik niet.
Are you done? I know you're to blame. I just wanted to see how far you were gonna take this. I can't believe Anchor's Brun fell for any of it. Fellow exemplars of the Order, commence hostilities!
Ik wilde het vredelievend doen. Zit er niet in. Oh, dat is Tristan. Die wil ik niet slaan. Hier nog iemand bang te zijn? Nee. Mis. Ik sla die gasten gewoon naar de grond. Hij is bang. Bam. Ze worden bang als ik iemand sla. Ja, iemand anders nog? Oh, daarboven staat er nog eens. Hier, liggen. Dan zijn wij hier wel klaar. We probeerden het vredelievend te doen. Dat is niet gelukt. Anaïs staat hier ook nog.
Oh, look who it is. The legendary former head intercessor of the Order. Another mission successfully completed. Made it through all that without a scratch, hmm? Glad to see. Say, I know this was difficult and rather a mess, but you listened. You tried to do right before you did what you must. I appreciate it, the attempt, no matter how that may sound.
The credit or blame belongs to the commander here. It was their decision, ultimately.
You forget I know you. You always thought you knew better. No one could ever convince you of anything. Before, that is. Good to see. Maybe you are facing yourself.
There are a few things I'm still not used to saying. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please. And thank you. But thank you, Anais.
At any rate, I'm off. You all take care now. Marisol, don't be too enigmatic or anything. Try. Before I forget. Meant to give you this earlier.
Oh, thank you, Anais.
We kunnen haar upgraden nu.
Oh, Brun obviously murdered her. Thought you knew that. Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps she simply wanted to knock Chow unconscious so she could sneak away. Or not. Indefinite immurement isn't for everyone. Even the finest minds may crack under the strain. But her canned feigned concern about Chow, how she kept changing the subject, both belied an underlying sense of guilt to me. Oh, not really. Not yet, at any rate. Everything's a bit raw right now. But suppose I will be. Thank you, dear.
I hope that Marisol has not softened your instinct. We've many battles yet to fight.
Dankjewel, Tristan. Dan hebben wij die quest afgerond, de side quest. En dat betekent dat wij nog 2 companion quests te gaan hebben op dit moment, voordat we doorgaan weer naar de main quest. Dus dan gaan we mooi in de volgende video Virgil's quest doen. Of Tristan's quest om Virgil te vinden. Zijn we hier klaar? Gaan we wel even terug naar het schip. Dat vind ik wel een goed idee. Om daar deze video af te ronden. Dan zien we jullie graag weer in de volgende. Joejoe.